boom, 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 boom. But he was like boom, 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 boom. He was connecting with me more than I was hitting him. You feel me?
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
You know, man, welcome back to another episode of Kfrogtv. Y'all make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and the notification bell is placed on all. Therefore, you can receive all notifications from when a video uploads. All right? If it's placed on personalized, you won't receive all the uploads, okay? So today I'm going to be speaking on when I was at Calhoun CI and our whole dorm broke out and got in one big old brawl. All right? Now, this time here, it was a day that, you know, there was a lot of commotion and a lot of shit going on between more than just one inmate in our dorm. I'm going to break it down from the very beginning. We woke up early in the morning. When we woke up early in the morning, we had a shakedown. They decided to put all of us on the rec yard for the shakedown. While everyone was on the rec yard, I had one of my homeboys that was from Polk County. He ended up getting in an argument with someone else that was from Tampa, and they ended up fighting on the rec yard. You know, the fight was trying to be like unidentified by the officers. We didn't want the officers to see them fading, so they went under the pavilion that's at Calhoun CI, and there's a little room which is like the rec room instead of a rec cage like at Charlotte that I be talking about. This one here was literally like a pavilion with a little building under it, and it had a little small ass bedroom, you know, like a small ass little room. You feel me? With just like the little mini carpet laying there with all the little thing you do to do your abs and like the little rolling thing, all shit like that. So they went in there and they started fighting. My homeboy from Polk County and the dude from Tampa. That right there didn't settle the whole problem. Next thing you know, one of my dog from Polk County, because he gangbanged, one of his brothers wanted to fight one of the Tampa person's homeboys, because the one from Tampa didn't gangbang. So they get in a fight. The next two people want to fight. All right. Believe it or not, while we was out there was like 4 or 5 different fights. And now you can't just stand there and watch the fights because the officers will wonder what everyone's standing still for. So you got to keep it moving, whether you're walking a lap around the rec yard, whatever you got to do to make it to where the officers are not knowing what's really going on. Shit, you may even have to go up to him and be like, hey, Sarge, man, hey, man, I got to take a shit, man. I got to use the restroom, man. Because at Calhoun, once you're on the rec yard, there's these toilets, but the toilets outside, they're nasty. Like, it's just straight up like out in the opening. They got the little metal thing to where you walk in it, but it's like it's like a little door. It's a metal door. But they never have toilet paper out there, and people just piss all on that shit. It's meant for pissing more than anything. But when you're at rec, if you have to use the restroom, it's all on them officers to either get you toilet paper or to get you brought back to your dorm, to let you leave the rec yard. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll see people's heads that they're taking shit right there in the middle of the rec yard. Like, people could see them other than the little wall that blocks them. But you could still see them from here up. The officers want to be able to see them, So you can use that as an excuse, to throw them off. Like, hey, sorry, man, I got to take a shit, just to get their attention on you, instead of what's really going on somewhere else. So after all these fights went down or whatever, they ended up, no one got caught. They ended up bringing us all back to the dorm, okay? Me, personally, when I tried to do the, I got to take a shit or whatever, it didn't work. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. But they didn't catch no one fighting. When we got brought back to our dorm, okay, there was still tension and animosity, which when I was at Calhoun, I was in G dorm, aka Gangland, and every time we came in from rec, there was always a fight. Not one day went by there wasn't a fight after rec. People be aggravated from playing soccer. People be aggravated from playing football, basketball. They just got done working out. They're all hyped. Whatever it may be, there was always a TOH after we came back in from rec. So when we get back in from rec on this day, as soon as I walked in, boom, I went straight to the bathroom, to the open bay bathroom, and I went to, throwing water all on my face. My face was red and shit, A couple other people were doing the same thing. Some people would try to hop right in the shower. Depends on who the officer is. They may not let you take a shower. Or some inmates just be like, man, fuck it. If the water's on, I'm going for it. Because you'll hit the faucet to turn the water on. Or it could be a button one, and the water will not even come on. That means that they got the water shut off. Rather than no one's in the shower, but the water's actually turned on. The officers actually got the water turned on, but no one's showering at the moment. So, I'm in there washing my face. When I go in there wash my face, you know, a couple people go to arguing inside the bathroom. Next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, well, see me, nigga, see me, tighten me up, get there." So then they go to walking out into the open bay because the floor at Calhoun in the bathroom was flooded. It's flooded, okay, to where like you're walking in water, like it overpowers the drain. So everyone walks, you know, and fights in the corner in the cut. When you say get there, you get right in the corner. You feel me? Of the dorm. The dorm's like this. You got corner bunks. The far corners is where people grid at. So, at first it just starts off as being just a regular head up, right? So, after I'm done coming out of the bathroom from washing my face, I walk outside, back into the open bay. When I walk in there and I look, okay, them boys are over there gridding in the corner. Next thing you know, my dog who was gridding, he was a Z. He was a ZMF. He ends up telling someone else, man, fuck that, you tighten up next too. So just by him telling the other dude, you gonna tighten up next too after I fade him, one of my dogs that was the Zoe, his brother stole the dude that was gonna have to tighten up next. So now they're fighting. After they started fighting, it turned into where everyone started attacking everybody, okay? Because it wasn't a gang thing, it was more of a, I would say, a region thing. It was like people from down south started rocking with people from down south, you know? And then, so you got Broward, Fort Pierce, and Fort Myers against Tampa, Orlando, and St. Pete, or something like that. Like, that's like, and it just turned into a big thing, like, and I was standing there near my bunk, and one of the dudes who was, he wasn't from down where I was from, or he wasn't from down South Florida, you know, he went to walk, like he was like acting like he was going to get into the brawl. So once he was acting like he was going to the brawl, he came to walk by me and I stole him. Boom. Stole him dead in his shit. When I stole him and he stumbled back like this or whatever, me and him went to fighting. We went to throwing hands at each other. Boom, 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 boom. Once I stole him, majority of everyone else who was in the dorm all started fighting each other. The whole dorm went to fighting. Like everyone went to throwing each other's hands. I remember when I was hitting the dude in front of me, he was hitting me too, you feel me? He was actually kind of painting me, to be real with you. He was giving it to me. Like I was hitting him like 4 or 5 times, like boom, 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 boom. But he was like boom, 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 boom. He was connecting with me more than I was hitting him. You feel me? And he gangbanged, you feel me? But anyways, so as we're hitting each other, next thing you know, I feel a bunch of, like this. People were like, fuck nigga, pussy, cracker, pussy. You know, people are hitting me in my head and shit. You know, they're trying to jump on me because I'm jumping on him. So, the whole fight goes on for a little while. I don't feel none of that shit in the back of my head. It just feels like someone knocking to see if I got any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, as I'm fighting the guy, whatever, because I was on top of him on the bunk. We're hitting each other. But, like I said, he was painting me, though. He was giving it to me, though. You know what I'm saying? By the time we were done fighting, because everyone knows when you're in the middle of a fight, 2 minutes is a long-ass fight. You feel me? 3 minutes, a long-ass fight. It don't seem like it is, but trust me, that is a long fight now. So, shit reversed. By the time they broke it all up, he wasn't on the bed no more, and we were standing up, and I was basically defending myself now. I was basically like, you know, still hitting him and shit, but I wasn't knocking him out or nothing like that. Now, he wasn't knocking me out, but, you know, he was just more confident. He was coming towards me, and I was defending myself now, you know, like, oh, shit, I picked the right one. You feel me? So then, when that happened, when everyone went to breaking it all up, the shit's breaking out even more. Like, everyone basically broke it up to where it was like they basically got me and got him away from each other. And I'm like, boy, them boys basically blessed me by breaking this shit up. The officers come running in there. And you know what they do? They pop a can, and they gas the whole dorm. They gas the whole open bay dorm. When they gas this whole open bay dorm, because it's just, this open bay dorm, it looked just like a building. Picture a building, and then it's got a rectangled building, and then in the middle is where the officers at. Well, we have windows around the whole building. They literally, after they gassed us, okay, they went outside the dorm to the windows and gassed in our dorm. Instead of coming in there breaking it up themselves, they gassed in our dorms to make everyone break it up. Man, it felt like we were dying. Everybody went to coughing, couldn't breathe. And the thing about that gas is when you get hit with it, everyone tries to breathe. Everyone tries to fight it like that, and that's where you fuck up at. You basically got to just breathe out your mouth and let all the shit from your nose ooze. It's going to be all runny, liquid, all that. You got to just let that shit ooze out. Don't try to fight it. Man, our whole dorm got gassed behind this whole situation right here. You feel me? Now, they kept us in there, everybody going crazy and shit like that for a while until a bunch of people submitted, like under their blanket or whatever, ran to the bathroom. Then they shut the water off in there so no one could, help themselves. And then eventually everyone ran and ransacked the corner of the where you walk out the door, where the phones are at. If y'all seen on Kfrogtv where I phone checked the dude, that's where you walk out of the dorm at, where the blue phones are hanging up at. Well, everyone's there trying to get the doors open because you're stuck in this damn little building. You got people with their hand on the bars trying to breathe through the little windows, from the building. So after everyone made it over there to trying to get out the door, they eventually popped the door from the officer station. And then all the inmates ran out. When everyone ran out and everything, all the other officers that did the gassing were standing out there to get everybody, to grab us all and put us all on the rec yard. All right? Now, just by me stealing the dude for no reason, I just stole some random person. You feel me? I didn't know him. I didn't know him like that. He was in my dorm or whatever, but he was new there. He was from a different dorm. He actually just got out of confinement and got put in our dorm. I didn't know him. Now, by me stealing him when he tried to get involved, that kind of like cranked things up. That's what my dog who got in the first fight told me. The Zoe, he told me, boy, Frog, he's like, I ain't gonna lie. He like when you stole the nigga from what's it called? He said when you stole him, all my brothers was like, big fuck it, we jumping it, we all taking the flight now, because it was just gonna be him fighting the one dude and then his brother telling the second dude to tighten me up because he was supposed to tighten him up next. So it turned into more than a gang thing. And this was the first time that it actually, at Calhoun, that I seen everyone stuck together as far as where you were from, rather than a color, rather than being a gang member. You know what I'm saying? So there was literally like, say 60 people in the dorm. There was literally like 25 to 30 fights going on at that time. Everybody was fighting. And then that's whether 2-3 people maybe jumping one person. The whole situation was just out of hand. Me personally, I didn't know what the whole situation was with my dog and the other dude. You feel me? But at the same time, it just turned into, you can feel the animosity and the tension in the dorm. When people go to talking and shit, making it seem like they run this dorm, you'll be quiet and you'll observe a lot until you get tired of it. You feel me? So when I punched this dude in the shit, the dude that was trying to walk by, when I punched him in his shit, man, I felt like he deserved to get swung on. So I seen him and I just swung on him. You feel me? That's what I just decided to do to his ass. You feel me? And I don't know if he was going to jump in. I don't know if he was just going to walk to his bunk because his bunk was over there. But at the same time, it felt like the right thing to do at that time. So I did what I had to do. And I swung on him. Now, let me tell y'all what happened after it all cleared up and they were done with the gassing and all that. The dude I swung on, he ended up being a gang member, right? He was a GD. So, what happened? The GDs, you feel me? They all felt some type of way, right? But I had some on the compound that fucked me 1,000, even ones that was in my dorm. So, they got me to where they weren't going to jump me or try to wet me up or nothing like that. Plus, them Zoes was rocking with me. Them Zoes told them off rip, look, boy, we'll make them back this bus up about Frog. Which means we will make it to where we all get transferred. Everybody's going to get wet up. Y'all ain't finna just be wetting up him because he's, you feel me? Because I got into it with the Zoes, basically. So the Zoes, you know, they could have left me in that water, but it wasn't, they didn't because I went in behind them. It was because they fucked with me. They was my dogs. Like these, I hung out with them every single day at Calhoun. You know what I'm saying? So they made it to where I can shoot the dude that was kind of giving it to me the head up. Like we could fight one more time if he feels like he wants to fight again. You feel me? So I'm thinking like, all right, fuck it, I'll do that. I'll do that. You know, and then I remember he kind of painted me last time. You feel me? He whooped me. You feel me? I lost that one. But for some reason, he didn't want to fight me again. He was like, nah, man, he good. He got that, bro. That shit dead, bro. He came up to me, and he dapped me up. He was like, bro, you good. He's like, trust me, bro, you good. Which in the back of my mind, did I believe him? Hell no. But he was like, man, you good, bro. He was like, I respect that shit, bro. You rock for your dogs. He's like, I like that. He's like, I like that. You feel me? And you don't bang. He's like, I like that. I like that, though, bro. You good. You good. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, all right, bet that up, bro. You feel me? When I'm in my mind, I'm also like, boy, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of got me last time, so it's like, shit, you know, will he whoop me this time? You feel me? Like, I know he knows he got over on me, so he may be like, yeah, that shit easy. I know how to do it. And so I'm like, fuck it. But at the end of the day, I was gonna get in there again. But he was on some shit that he liked that I did that, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, he could have felt that first one. That when you were walking this way, anybody who walking like this and someone's standing there with their back towards you and they just turn around and rock you as you walk by, that shit there gonna make you see the light, or you gonna feel that one. So, you know, it could have been that. Or it was just seriously a respect thing. You respected that. Now, for the next couple months, you know, I kept an eye on him. I kept an eye on, like, who he spoke to. You know, anything. If people were to slide him kites through the window or under the door or whatever it may be, you know, you gotta peep all that stuff in prison, because you never know when it could be you that's in that kite. You never know, it could be you. You feel me? They could have played you. Boom, it's stamped. Yep, get them. You know what I'm saying? They could have talked to the Zoes behind my back and been like, look, bro, we'll give you a jack. We'll give you a cell phone, man, but we want him. And them Zoes could have been down bad at that time and been like, shit, all right, but don't say nothing. Or the one Zoe they say it to can do it without his brothers knowing. Ah, yeah, for sure. And then that Zoe tell his brothers, hey, stand down. What you mean stand down? Just stand down, bro. Just shit, that ain't got nothing to do with us. What you mean, bro? And then his brothers don't know he got paid a phone and let it go down. Like, things like that happen in prison. Not saying that's what would have happened, but that could have happened. You see what I'm saying? So you got to always be prepared and be ready for whatever it is you get yourself into. You know? Like me, I was ready, though. There's no way in hell that I was thinking I was going to make it out of prison without actually being wet up like that. Like, literally. My whole bid, I swore, it was only a matter of time before I get hit. Straight up. One of these dudes going to connect. That's what I used to tell my homeboys. I was like, shit, it's all good. One of these dudes going to connect one day. But that I was still carrying myself the way to where even if it happened, I mean, shit, it's going to have to happen. You feel me? But I will never forget this day at Calhoun when I just picked someone and swung on them, and this shit turned into a whole big brawl, and they gassed our whole dorm. Had us all running out there coughing, you know. And at this time, when I was at Calhoun, we didn't have cameras. They didn't have cameras yet. So the whole dorm, they couldn't, it's not like they could rewind the camera now and be like, oh, it was him and him that fought. You know, the whole dorm was brawling. Since it was such a big amount, they just gassed everybody. They had like 4 or 5 officers spread out, like this window, and then to go over here 3 windows down, and come around on this corner, and then one over here, and then they all just popped cans at the same time. And normally, when they gas you, you know, they got to do a write-up, which they did, and they considered it as a riot in G-Dorm. You feel me? And because they got to write up anytime they got to pop chemical agents. Now, when you're in confinement and they gas you, they got to take you out in handcuffs on video camera and put you in the shower. They're supposed to record you taking a shower to get them chemicals off you. But this time here, they didn't do that. They put us all in the rec yard, had us out there burning. That's the thing, too. When you get gassed by this stuff, The healing process, the afterburn is what's pressure. Like after your shower is the pressure. Like it's like an itch, it's like a burn, like a twitch, like anywhere it touches. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it hits you and it runs down your shirt and gets all in between your thighs right here, all in your right here and the side of your, like inside, all right there, or if it goes down your back or whatever, man, you're gonna be hurting tonight when you're trying to sleep. It ain't like they just give you a shower and it goes away. No, it helps it. The shower helps it. But later tonight, you're going to be in your cell hurting. It might be like that the next 3 days. You're going to be in there hurting. The afterburn is going to be hurting. It's going to be hard to sleep. But they didn't shower us this time. They left us on the rec yard. We had to deal with it. And then when they brought us all in afterwards, it was basically like, okay, what's going to happen next? Because it was like deja vu. Everyone just came back in from rec. Like it felt like we just came back in from rec when really we just had a fucking episode, you know? And when we came back in from rec, everything was like normal, like it was back to how it was. But we were out there for a few hours because they had to clean up the chemical agents from in our dorm. People came in there and there was orange shit all on their pillows, all on their beds, because you got beds against the wall. So when you're gassing through the window, you got people's heads are where the window's at. That shit laying on their bed if they shot directly over it, you know what I'm saying? But that right there was one of the times I remember at Calhoun to where my whole dorm got in a fight, okay? And we all got gas behind it. I just picked some random person and swung on them. So I figured I would tell y'all that story because it just blows my mind. And what made me want to speak on it is my dog, who was the Zoe, actually just got out. You feel me? So he actually hit me up and was like, "What's up, Frog? What they do?" So I'm like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" So I talked to him, chopped it up with him. And while I was chopping it up with him, he was talking with his brothers that are in his neighborhood, from his neyborhood. They was all with him and shit, hanging out with him. He started telling them the story. I said, "Boy, remember us hanging out at Calhoun?" And he like, "Hell yeah." He like, "Hey, y'all boys." And then he went to telling them the story from when he got in a fight. And then his other brother tightened up the second guy. And then I just stole some GD for no reason. You feel me? But I didn't do that just because he was a GD. I would have did it to any gang member at the time. I picked someone and swung on their ass. Whoever I felt I was against from where I'm from. You feel me? And that's what it was. So me speaking to him and him talking about it made me be like, "Oh man," he like, "Man, you got to do ahead and drop a video on that, boy. Let them know when our whole dorm was fighting. Boy, you be leaving out all the good incidents." Because I don't really be telling all the shit we really got into on here. Because I don't want no one to get in trouble who may still be in there. You know what I'm saying? So he like, "Man, you know, just don't be putting everybody's name in it like that. Just say where they from, where they rep." And he's like, "Boy, but you got to drop that one." So I'm like, "All right, I'll go on there and I'll make one about it." You feel me? And that's what it is. But that's it for today's story, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. But like I said, if you ain't getting my notifications, make sure when you click on the bell, you go to all. Put it on all instead of personalized. Because for some reason, YouTube took a lot of my subscribers' bell. Even though it looks like it's on, it's still on personalized and not on all. So y'all want to fix that, then go ahead. That's how you do it. If you still can't fix it and ain't getting the notifications, you can always unsub and resub, hit the bell, make sure it's on all right? But anyways, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video. Until next time, it's